Hello, have you ever experienced the feeling of I am small and you are big? Today I'm drawing on that topic. I feel small and I feel somebody else is much bigger than me. And to establish communication, I grow myself in size and establish communication between us, which is on an equal, which is based on equality. So we will change the impression of you are big and I am small. We are using an algorithm of communication, which is called in the same way, you are big and I am small, and it's a Neurographica asset. Let's start drawing. At first, we activate the topic by writing down words in 2 minutes. My topic is my soul mate. I'm drawing a small circle representing myself and a big circle representing my soul mate. And then I am connecting the centers of the shapes to each other to establish communication between us. While I'm doing that, I'm collecting the energy which is created by drawing the lines between us, which are obviously dual lines, which don't repeat itself at any moment. And while I'm gaining the energy, I am able to expand my own shape bit by bit, and I'm bringing it to the same size as the shape of my soul. In the next step, I am connecting my shape and the shape of my soulmate with neural lines to the background. The neural lines connect the shapes to each other and also to the environment. When I feel that I have created enough lines, I start carefully connecting all the shapes to each other by rounding the intersections. This is a very important step because with rounding the intersections, we make the new connections visible to our brain. So we take our time
to carefully work on rounding. As soon as I feel content with the integrated impression I created through rounding, I start using colors to add more energy of the field to my topic. I start using a light pink color here because it feels like the right energy. I'm using red to emphasize the communication between myself and my soul mate. And I also add red to our shapes. When using the colors, we are also taking care of combining segments. We are creating an integrated impression. So we are not coloring individual segments, but we are creating larger shapes with the colors. And we are deliberately crossing lines as well. There are new impressions which appear by doing that. I collected so much energy in my drawing that I felt the need to draw very active shapes on both the circles of myself and of my soulmate. And it becomes a very active energy because the stars are created by different triangles, sharp, pointy figures, and this is creating a very strong dynamic, and it expresses for me what happened in that drawing by expanding my own shape, connecting the two shapes with each other, connecting everything to the background, collecting energy by colors. So it felt like the necessity to add even these active shapes. If you're drawing by yourself, I advise to stop with the 2 circles which reached the same sizes and focus on coloring and on doing the next steps after coloring with me again. You are invited here to see how my 2 stars are evolving. So it's necessary to connect all the intersections carefully to each other in order to create an integrated impression for the brain, because the solution is an integrated impression of beauty and energy, which we are creating by drawing. So whatever line we are adding, and I added a lot of lines here with the stars, we need to make sure to round all the intersections. As you can see, I added colors already. And now I'm working on the step which is called style, in which we beautify our drawing to the extent that we ourselves feel satisfaction, and we realize that this, our drawing, has come to an satisfying state. So this can take a long time and is very individual, like how long is everyone working on their drawings to create a very integrated impression. So I'm using shading, and I'm going with my inner feeling, with my intuition, like where do I need the colors, which colors do I need, which feel right. And in this drawing, this light orange color feels very attractive to me. It feels magnetic and comforting, attractive, calm, and at the same time expanding, hopeful. And the green color, which I used for the shape of myself, feels very comfortable, and I feel that yes, I am right the way I am, and I am accepted the way I am, and I can be what I am. And it feels quite relieving and joyful and also new. Now I'm adding field lines, which are lines inviting the divine flow through our drawings, the divine energy. Like we're creating visible lines, 2 or more lines, which will, with the intention of inviting universal love and wisdom to flood our drawings like rivers. And that's why we make these lines visible and thicker than the other neurolines. They go through the whole drawing, like in my case they start from down and they go up and flood through the whole drawing. The last step, I'm writing down words in 2 minutes, what has happened during the drawing. So as you can see, with Neurographica, we can change our impressions quite completely. So from being a very small circle at the beginning and the other person being a very big circle, I can establish the communication to 2 equal sized circles, and by adding colors and energy, suitable energy, there can even 2 brightly shining stars appear, as you witnessed, which are harmoniously intertwined and interacting with each other. So I want to invite you to try that yourself. If you haven't drawn yet, you can draw yourself until the state where you reach the circles. I don't recommend to do the stars by yourself because that was kind of an additional thing happening due to my own experience. I knew that I can do that. But if you like to draw stars as well, or if you want assistance in drawing this topic, especially one-on-one with me, you can contact me. You can write in the comments, I want to draw with you. Or you can write me an email under drawyourselffree@gmail.com, and I'll tell you how we can get together. So I'm looking forward to meet you in person as well, and have fun drawing your life. Draw yourself free.